Hello, everyone. Hello, the one, only one. And who is this one that is here? Let me know. Send me a message. Anyhow, hope you're all doing well. I'm here for the next maybe half an hour to an hour. So, in case anyone's out there and you'd like to join me, and we'll have a chat regarding things that you're interested in as far as issues to do with breakups, thoughts, consciousness, fear, desire, ego, OCD subsets, including HOCD and whatnot, intrusive thoughts, and looping thoughts, repetitive thoughts. Well, I'm here. We can have a discussion. And please don't all of you ask questions at the same time, one at a time. What's going on? Every time I come live now, at least we used to have 40, 50 people. Now it's like 3, 2. Have we lost our appeal? Orlando Suna says, I'm Iran. Orlando Mail 45, Albuquerque, New Mexico. Thank you very much. Albuquerque is what? Is it now what? 8 o'clock there? Are you 2 hours ahead of us? Or is it 3? Let me see. Where's Albuquerque? New Mexico. New Mexico. Mexico. Albuquerque. Just spelling of it is very unique. Albuquerque. I mean Querque. For heaven's sakes. I mean, they were going shopping queues by the pound. Albuquerque. New Mexico. New Mexico's largest city. Sit in the high desert. Its modern downtown core contrasts with Old Town Albuquerque, dating to the city's 1706 founding as a Spanish colony. Old Town is filled with historic adobe buildings such as Doneri, San Felipe de Neri Church, 5 museums, and shops selling Native American handicraft nearby. The Indian Pueblo Cultural Center traces traces the area's tribal history. Ah, okay. Wunderbar. About 500,000 people. Okay, 7 degree at the moment. So it's kind of similar climate to here, I guess. But it's a desert. Why is it 7 degree? What are we here? We are 5 degree. So you're two degree warmer. All right, fair enough. But where is it? Aha. Phoenix, Arizona, further to the east. Close to Texas. Okay, got it. All right. All right, got it. Between Phoenix and Texas, Las Vegas, Phoenix, Albuquerque, New Mexico. Then we go to Texas. Okay, got it. Wunderbar. So let's see, where are we? And at 7 p.m. there. So what are we here? We are 6. Oh, 1 hour. Only 1 hour ahead. Orlando, as soon as has been separated for 4 months now, but I've been having bad days sometimes. I suffer from flashbacks, especially of sexual encounters with her and good times we spent together. Yeah, sure. Why not? What's wrong with remembering all that? The problem is not remembering all that. The problem is that because you remember it, you want to repeat it. You want it to be the same as that, as if that was all there was in the relationship, and you're forgetting about there were elements that caused the breakup. Instead, you're focusing on the pleasure and you think everything was hunky dory. It wasn't. If it was, with all the good memories that you have and the pleasant, pleasurable moments, then you guys wouldn't be separated. Obviously, there were things that regulates the relationship that were not synchronized, which is the consciousness, contents of the consciousness. For a while after a relationship begins, two people tolerate each other's incompatibility because they're so filled and focused on the pleasurable parts, which is mostly physical and novelty, newness, and hopefulness, and all the dopamine and oxytocin and all that, that causes you to tolerate all the things that are not actually synchronized, but you will not mind because the benefits of the pleasurable feelings and moments and experiences and hopes outweighs the stuff that you are willing to, shrug off and say, it doesn't matter. But once that whole novelty or the sexual intimacy and the pleasurable thing turns into a permanent situation, which then it takes away from its so-called mysticness of it, then it's no longer as potent as it was at the beginning. Then your focus goes towards why is it not as pleasurable as before, and you start focusing on the differences, the things that were not compatible right from the beginning. And now you come to bring that to each other's attention and try to score brownie points, and that whole thing goes into a labyrinth of negativity and arguments and conflicts and divisions, because that's when a window to see inside each other's consciousness opens up, and you'll see so much incompatibility and divisions and conflicts are residing there because of the differences in the contents of the consciousness. And then things go downhill. And when you guys break up, all you can think of is the good stuff. Why? Because human psyche is programmed to forget the bad things. If they didn't have the ability to forget the bad things, a woman could never have another child, because so much pain is involved in giving birth that if they were not able to forget all that pain and discomfort, they would never want to have a second child. But we are programmed to forget the pain, forget the bad things in life. And therefore, when you break up, all you can think of is all the good things that happened with you guys in the relationship, during the relationship. And this is what you're focusing on, because it's a memory time. And memory wants to bring psychological security. It's not going to go and find all the pain that was in that relationship. It's going to focus on all the pleasure that was in the relationship, because that's what it brings it: security, psychological security, comfort, calmness, confidence, happiness, hopes. So it gravitates towards the selected part of the memory that represents all the pleasures. And when you're thinking about that, you just get bamboozled. What's there not to love? Why did I break up? I miss her. I want her. And all the other things that caused the breakup is forgotten, not even there. So you find yourself guilty of everything. You blame yourself, and you say, if I would have done this, it wouldn't have happened this way. She had no fault. Because all you're focusing on is the icing and the coating of the chocolate and all the pleasure, and you're not seeing who she was and how incompatible you guys were eventually after the um, the beginning stage of the sweetness and all that had passed. So you focus on the actuality of her, how she was treating you at the end, and how she had changed, that she was not the same girl that you had all those pleasurable memories that you're talking about. And therefore, you focus on creating new mechanical processes, which is the things that you do during the day, new hobbies, new interests, new things you want to research, new things you want to learn, new things you want to get involved. And all those will create new mechanical processes, which forms your daily routine, which that routine forms the order of your life. And that order of your life brings about the security for the mind. And I call mind and brain the same at this point, but mind and brain are different. And once the mind finds security in the order of the life, it wouldn't go into the memory, even in the pleasurable part, so often, because when you go into the memories, because your mind hasn't found security in the actuality and present moment of life. But it still needs that security. It can't find it because the routine that brings that security is broken. The order of life is broken because she's not there anymore to create that mechanical processes that you guys were used to and were having it every day and created by both of you. Now that she's not there, you guys are not together, that mechanical process that you're used to during the day is not happening. Therefore, the routine is not happening. Therefore, the order of life is broken and cannot be put together for the mind to find security in that routine, in that order, because mind finds security in the order of life, not in the secured physical environment of life. Body finds security in the secured physical environment. Your limbs are here, everything is here, everything is safe. The apartment door is locked, you're in a good part of town. Safe physical environment brings safety for your physical portion of your entity. But mind also wants security, but cannot find it in the safe physical environment. It finds it in the order of life. And since order of life is broken, you go into the memory because everything is recorded in the memory, and you go in there to find security, and everything is as it was before. The order is there. So you remember it and you feel secure. That's why you linger in there. You're constantly in the memory. But while you're in the memory, you see her. She's part of the memory. When you see her, it triggers the what? The prerequisite file for desire to be born, because desire to be born needs a certain prerequisites to be met. And those prerequisites that have been met in the past when you guys met is also recorded. So once you see her in the memory seeking psychological security for your mind, you see her and it triggers the opening of the prerequisite file for the desire to be born. And therefore, the brain, not knowing the difference between virtuality and actuality, thinks that these prerequisites are just met. And because it is just now fulfilled, it now goes on further to the next step, which is desiring her. Because it doesn't know that it was recorded, these prerequisites. It thinks these prerequisites were just fulfilled because the brain cannot understand the difference between virtuality and actuality. So in the virtuality, in the memory, what triggers, it thinks it's real. So it reacts to it as real. So it sees the prerequisites have been met. It reacts to it as if it was just fulfilled. Therefore, it desires her again. And that's where your problem is. Because you're in the memory and the memory triggers the desire file and desire become activated and you desire. Otherwise, if you focus on living in the actuality of the moment by having created new mechanical processes through which you create new routines and through which you create new order in life, you wouldn't go into the memory. You find your security through the business and occupation and order of the new life that you just newly created. And the mind finds security in the actuality of life with you while you're making effort to make life happen. And it won't go into the memory. And none of these things keeps coming up so easily. Once in a while, you'll remember her and you'll enjoy that memory, and that's it. Otherwise, if you don't have a new mechanical process, new routine, new order made, you'll constantly go into the memory. And when you go into memory, trigger files brings desire for her, and that is the problem. So now you know what to do. All right. Orlando says, seems like I've been getting worse lately somehow, and I hate it. Well, because I just mentioned, this is what you needed to do. Because you're not creating new order, the old order is in the memory, and you keep gravitating there in order to find the security, and that's where the whole problem is. Come out in the real life, in the actuality of life, and then you wouldn't go into memory, and then things will not just, the chain reaction would not happen. And Osuna, Orlando says, Albuquerque is a fairly small town where you run into people everywhere, especially at venues and clubs where people go out. I've been focusing on going to the gym and avoiding places where she and I used to go. Today I ran into the guys. She cheated on me with. Why would you even want to be with her when you actually have someone who's cheated on you? Fuck that. Grow up. Well, I'm going to get my ugly stick and come to Albuquerque and beat the crap out of you. Make sure you have your helmet on because I don't want to break your head, you know. And says, today I ran into guys cheated on me with, and I felt like beating him up. So I left the place instead. It's not his fault. Women are responsible to say yes or no, to respond to a chat up or being hit on by a man or not. You can't be policing women all the time and running after them, making sure to swat the flies away. It's their job. If they don't have the power to swat the flies away, every guy that is wants to be with them, wants to see them, wants to talk to them, want to fuck them. If they don't understand that by the age that you are at, well, you're wasting your time. You got to go find somebody else who's wise enough to know that, you got to be loyal at the same time. You got to be calling the shots rather than giving opportunity to other guys to hit on you. That's not your job to constantly police police her. It's her own job. As just as it is your job to stay away from other women who may entice you or be sexy enough to to attract you. So you just move away and weave off, maneuver, and do your own thing. That's a phone call from Oregon. I guess it's my old college. They want to raise money. Oh, sorry. Sorry about that. So John Anesi. Oh my goodness. It's been a long time, huh? John? Says Meron, hope all is well. John Syracuse, 32. Yeah. Well, you were 32 2 years ago. What happened? You found the magic potion for staying not aging. It says relent always enjoy the strawberry. Oh, my favorite story. You said, yeah. Remember, yeah, yeah. Always enjoy the strawberry. John says, can we go back to the old days where you did 2 lives a day? Oh, remember? Well, I did 2 lives a day when this bullshit COVID was being pounded in our heads as if it's, So I wanted to make sure keeping people active because everybody was kind of locked down and stuff like that. The whole fiasco, the whole theatric that they pulled over our eyes. Yeah, but John, if I do 2 times a day, then nobody's going to make an appointment on my site and pay for it. What do you think this is? As much as I love people who want to help them, but there has to be certain kind of a reciprocation. And if I put 2 times a day and 2 hours each, I'm serving the clients for free. It's like a soup kitchen. And I started that as a soup kitchen, but now it's a posh restaurant, Maxime in France, in Paris, and they're supposed to pay. So I'm like a drug dealer now. Just give a little bit, which I can't stop it. I give the whole enchilada. I can't give a little bit. So when I start talking, we go through and solve the issue. But, we can't do that for all the time. It's 2 times a day. It's like, yeah, if my lottery wins and I've got like 40, $50 million, I can do that. That would be a great hobby. But at this point, we like to leave it for people who want to speak privately. Go to my site, mindthat6truth.com, make an appointment and pay for it. And then we will discuss what's concerning them one-on-one on Skype. And Kokigo, what's the background for that name? Says you better call Saul. Saul? Are you talking about Seoul or Saul? Elaborate. I don't get it. Kokigo. Have you been here before? We have a protocol. We need to know your age, gender, where you're tuning in from. Like the city, the age, and gender, so I can appropriately address you and know at least a little bit about you, culturally, age, and gender. All right. So I think we're up to date with the questions. And don't forget, my site is right on the lower left corner of your screen. mindthatseekstruth.com. You can always go and make an appointment there. And for new clients, I usually add 30 minutes to an hour, depending on how much time we might need at that one session. And so we will not have to rush and we'll discuss what's concerning you one on one on Skype. Kokigo says Kokigo is just a kind of anti mantra to remind myself to don't be cocky and control my ego. Oh, okay. Says, my name is Oscar. Hello, Oscar. So I'm from Spain. Oh, all right. How do you say hello in Spain? Hola? That's my extent of knowing a little bit, but I'm not sure if the right way of greeting in Spain. And he is 33 years old. I take it you're a gentleman, right? Because I don't see you have mentioned that, but perhaps you are. So, Oscar from Spain, 33 years old. Kukigo says, Hola, maestro. Says, Hola, teacher. Oh, so how do I, with my limited Spanish, or what I think is Spanish, how do I respond? Say, hola, hombre. Is that correct? Hello, friend. Something like that. And John Anesi says, why does an OCD thoughts of mine always go to a parent dying? It's the most strangest thing. Well, because that's what you love and that's where your security lies. And that is where all your life was responsible to bring you the comfort and security that you had. And especially when you're down, such as now, maybe because of the breakup that you're focusing on it, which you shouldn't, you gravitate toward family, to your loved ones, and your parents are very important to you. They give you comfort and make you feel loved, which is opposite of what you're going through due to the challenge you have with your ex. So therefore, the brain is always attacking opposite of what you love. In other words, you love your parents, it attacks them. Um, that's how the brain works because it thinks that it's protecting you by creating a emotional danger signal which may not exist at all, and it's always actually doesn't exist. As overactive amygdala that creates these emotional danger signals that they don't exist, just malfunctioning. But it thinks it's doing that to keep you alert, to be aware, to protect what you love. Many people have intrusive thoughts, or they have OCDs or HOCDs, and they mix it up. They think because a certain thought has shown up in your brain, that is identifying you as what you are. Rather, the fact is, it is attacking what you are with what you are not in order to bring a certain kind of awareness and alertness for you to be aware of such things out there so you will protect what you actually are. But when it goes haywire and is malfunctioning, it keeps doing it. And its repetitious behavior makes a untrained brain to think that the reason it is continuously suggesting the same thing, it must have a meaning, means that my identity is changed rather than it's just a malfunction of the brain, is looping the same signal that is trying to send you so you will protect yourself because it's trying to warn you unnecessarily because it thinks there's a danger and something that you certainly are proud of, which is you and who you are, what you identify with, and wants you to protect it. So it gives you all those signals so you can protect what you love, but the repetitions of it makes you think, oh, maybe there's a message in there that I am what the suggestion of the brain is. That's not the case. It's just a malfunction of the signaling system of the brain. Intrusive thought is the same. Thinking about parents dying is the same. Everything else that comes with it is follows that path. And and Kokyo says, "Hola, mi querido alumno." I hope I didn't butcher the pronunciation. Says, "Hello, my dear student." Thank you for that. Very kind of you. Orlando is talking to Kokyo now. Says, "Hola, ¿cómo están todos?" Oh, you guys, you speak Spanish then. Hello, how's everyone tonight? Oh, okay. Well, hola, ¿cómo está todos esta noche? Okay. Hello, how is everyone doing tonight? Okay, we have a Spanish lesson tonight. So Kukio says, I just want to say, out of at least 30 sources, I tried to get help through the hardest part of my life. This channel was the solution to most of my issues. I'm so thankful. Listen to this. Listen to this man. Aha. Thank you for the kind words, Kokio. I appreciate that. Thank you for sharing. And I love you too. And I'm delighted that this has been a channel useful to you. Kokigo says Mehran is so wise. Oh, who's more Mehran? Because I don't recognize that such a wise person around here. Says we are so lucky to have at least part of his knowledge for free. As long as I get back on my feet financially, I'm paying for this man. Okay. Says this man has the power to bring me back to earth when I feel lost and disoriented. I return to this channel every time I feel that I am deviating from the path. Thank you, Mehran. My pleasure. My pleasure. It made my day to hear that someone has been enjoying and benefiting from the content of this channel. And I'm delighted that you have shared it with us. And thank you for the kind words. And Princeton is here, says Mehran's breakup soup kitchen is the people's palace. Oh, that's pretty nice. I'm getting all these wonderful words of wisdom and kindness tonight. I'm beginning to have a big head. See, later on, I want to go to the gym. If I get such a big head, I can't even fit it through the door, can't go to the gym. So cool it, guys. And I need more light here, I guess. So I go back. No, it doesn't work. I pull this. Maybe it works. All right. So nothing beats a nice warm cup of roasted dandelion roots tea. Wunderbar. Ja, ist ja wunderbar. All right. One moment, please. I need to answer this. All right. So I guess after live stream, I may go visit my two special buddies. One is a husky, and one is a little German Shepherd puppy. I love these two. One girl and one boy. All right. So that's it, guys. What happened? You guys have run a question. Can someone answer my question? Honestly, I've heard many, and I really mean that, many kind words, such as the ones we heard tonight from our good friend Cookie Go and Princeton and so on. But if that is true, which is true, because I also receive emails every day, somebody from somewhere in the world is very appreciative and thankful for the contents, as they have been very helpful to their what they were going through and the challenge and so on. But then why is it that after 12 years, when I go live, instead of 8,000, we have 8 people? Because it is not a myth anymore to me that these people are not all lying. They all actually are enjoying and like the content, and they're benefiting from it. And knowing myself that I've been thorough in my research and interest in the movement of the psyche and neuroscience and so on and so forth, topics like OCD and OCD subsets, thoughts, consciousness, fear, desire, ego, and understanding the whole psychological point of view and scientific point of view and the practical and philosophical understanding the function of the psyche, inner movement of the psyche, then I believe him. And I know we're doing something great, something really great, really great, to the point that there were many people who actually, for one reason or another, as much as I'm against it, they wanted to kill themselves. And they didn't. And they attribute their decision to some level because of our content. So if it's really that good, why the hell we don't have 8,000 or 1,000 viewers when we go live? That's a dilemma. If you know the answer, let me know. And we should have had 1 million subscribers. We only have 26,000. So what gives? And John says they're blocking your. He says Nancy Pelosi has control over your YouTube. That's why. Maybe. But they're no longer in control of the Congress, right? The Republicans, thank God, have taken that control away from them. And John says they're blocking your content. Ike says, I'm 15, almost 16. And I recently moved to a new city. By the way, guys, have you guys checked my TikTok channel? I have a channel on TikTok. The first one was already got so many warnings for no reason. I just talk about democracy and freedom of human beings around the world and in Canada. Now, obviously, they don't like these sort of things. These are bad now. So that channel had hundreds of thousands of viewers, and I had about 10,000 subscribers in a few months. But then I had to open another one. Like many of the patriots in Canada, they have to find open new accounts because their account is constantly getting warning just because they're telling the truth. So I opened another one, and one of them is called Mind Seeks. This is the old one, old channel on TikTok. And the new one, which is also now, because the old one, they kind of somehow shadow banned it. So from 100,000 views in a few days, they now only see 54. 54 people see my. So I had to open a new one. And the new one, again, the system hasn't noticed it, I guess. It goes. So I had like in one night, I had like 70,000 view on one of my uploads. And so soon, I guess they're going to close that too. So, but you guys can check it out. Mind that seeks truth is the name of this one. And you can see what things I talk about Canada and politics in Canada. You might enjoy it. And if you can promote the channel here, the YouTube channel, by all means, do whatever you got to do, and see if we can reach more people and help more people. And Ike says, I'm 15, almost 16, and I recently moved to a new city. I've been very, very quiet at school because I'm afraid of saying something stupid. Any advice? Yes. Just be a little bit more thoughtful if you think there is no point to saying what you want to say. Why are you saying it? Do you want to get attention from the teacher that you're a good student? Or you want to get some kind of attention from other students, maybe girls or just peers, to feel that you're smart? You need recognition. You need new friends. You need them to respect you because you're a smart boy. But what you're doing is a very natural and normal thing that every one of us have done. So it's not anything abnormal. The way everybody wants to impress the teacher, or maybe even some of the other students, because we all have this ego, and we want people to see us according to an image that we have created of ourselves in our own mind. And we like people to see us according to that image. So we keep creating these images, and partly to create a better image, or kind of smooth the rough edges of this image, present it in better light, we come up with these activities, whether it's something dangerous we do just to maybe score a point, and people say, wow, look at that. Or we say something smart, or we hope to say something intelligent. So it's normal what you're doing. But what you can do is to be a little bit more deep thinker, that is it going to serve any purpose? Is it really helping anybody to understand the topic better? Or is it just for my ego that I can show that I know this and I've solved it and I have the right answer, or whatever? Or I just want to show how thoughtful and thinker that I am. If these are your motivation, just don't do it. Don't give it them. Don't care about people see you as a certain image that they've created of yourself in your own mind. Just live your life. Take that pressure off. Don't need attention. If you're busy doing your own thing, people will end up paying more attention to you than if you keep seeking it by certain signals or activities that you do in order to get that. Because once you do that often, people can see that this is not really for their benefit. This is for your benefit. In my case, I actually needed lots of nitty-gritty, detailed information to really understand the topic, so I would know. It was some kind of a perfectionist to know, so I won't make a mistake. Maybe because I wasn't such a smart student, and I wanted to get all the chances I can get so I can understand the topic from the lessons, from the teacher. So I didn't have to read much. I don't know what it was. But eventually I figured out that, look, It doesn't matter what people think if I'm smart or not. And I don't need to fluff my ego. Once I settled with that, then I just did my research and tried to understand. If I really had a question that I couldn't find it out myself, then I would ask it. Otherwise, it subsided by itself. And at age 15, you're doing something that every boy does. So no worries. It's just very normal. We all have egos. And we all like to be, seen in a good light. So we do all these things. But just doesn't give you any benefit. It just fluffs your ego. It's a big deal. Don't fall for that. Don't pay so much homage to your ego. Just don't give a damn about it. Asuna Debak. Osama Debak says, hi, I see some videos of you about HOCD. It was helpful. I hope I will deal with HOCD. Yeah, you will. You're not the only one. So many people. And you just got to learn how this works, functions, and malfunctions. Because this is an organ. This is not you. It's a brain. Brain is not you. You're not the brain. So what it says is irrelevant to you. It's stupid. There's no intelligence here. There's no, they could never, neurosurgeons could never localize an intelligence center here. Hmm? There are aspects of mind and you that it's beyond the brain. So brain is an apparatus, is an organ. And like any other organ, it gets sick, it malfunctions, it fucks up, and OCD, HOCD, and subsets of OCDs are part of its malfunctions. So learn it, and you won't be afraid of its production. It's irrelevant to you. It's just like somebody in the street says something. Okay, they can say something. What does it have to do with me? But because this is just sitting on your head, you think, oh, if it suggests something, it must be about me. No, it's just an idiot. It's an organ. It malfunctions, says shit. And then there are lots of other things which you have seen it, I've discussed in the videos. Kokyo says you need someone doing your IGS, TikTok, etc. The TikTok is actually going pretty well. Everything I put there, if the title is good, the content is pretty good, and people just enjoy the message. But YouTube is like snail moving. Just imagine 12 years, 10 years, 10, 11 years, and we have 26,000. I've seen people open a channel within 1 year, they've got like 500,000 subscribers. Of course, that's because they're a news channel, but even others who talk about relationships and whatnot, granted, they're not as thorough as our channel is, the content, but even worse, they're not even nearly as good as we are as far as knowledge and sharing what we share, but they hit it out of the ballpark as far as the numbers of subscribers are concerned. Of course, they don't offer the full service of videos and responses and complete discussions in the videos. It's a teaser, so you go buy things from them. I understand that. But if that can be successful and result so much subscribers, then I guess I'm doing something wrong, but I just don't like to do it the other way around. I like people to find us, and perhaps my tagging or I don't know, something is not right. We have over 3,000 videos now on this channel. So we kind of cover all things about breakups and pretty much anything about OCD, subsets of OCD, HOCD, whatnot. Thoughts, consciousness, fear, desire, ego, everything is here. One-stop shopping. But nobody shops. It's just one-stop shop. One-stop store, free. However, at least if we had the millions of subscribers, then nobody had to buy anything because the channel would generate advertisements and then we would be able to support the channel without any one of you spend a cent. But we can't get those subscribers. They don't see us. They don't find us. Everybody who's found us says, I found you by accident. I mean, that's not good. I'll be 95 years old and say, Hello, how are you? what is what is the breakup topic today? And still we have like 25,000, 20 what, 30,000 subscribers by then. All right. Okay. Now, so it's not good enough to have something good to say anymore. You need to know how to play this game. Yeah, I know, you're right. But I just don't have that in me. I don't like it, you know. Um, Orlando says, I just discovered you during my first breakup, watched your video until I got better, and then found someone new, and I stopped looking for breakup content. Yeah, true. Why not? Serious. I didn't follow you as much until I broke up again. Uh-huh. Serves you right. So maybe that's a factor on why people don't check in as much. I wonder. Yeah, okay, I get you. That's a point. I understand that. Granted. But what about all the millions of people that are breaking up daily? How come they don't find it? I mean, I'm not necessarily talking about the people who have been benefited from the channel and the problem have been solved and they've been helped and they're going on their merry way to their life. That's what I want. But there are also so many out there every day, plus the ones who actually go through the cycle again. But we are just stagnating. Let me tell you, we have, to be exact with you, I can tell you what we have. We have analytics. We have 26,503 subscribers. Last 28 days, we had 108 new subscribers. That's all. That's preposterous. I remember at the beginning, we had like 500. At the beginning, which I didn't know even anything, how to tag it and all these things, we had 500 subscribers every month. But then we have 108. So something is fishy. All right. And it says, I didn't follow. Okay. Maybe, okay. True. Yeah, that's right. And now we have Rajan Chudhary says, where are you staying in Canada? I'm in Vancouver, British Columbia. Kokigo says it would be so easy to make short clips out of your videos and promote them as reels. Short. Yeah. Yes. I'm just a bit lazy. Yes, you're right. I can just pick up a video and download it and put it on my iMovie and take a excerpt of it, short ones, maybe, I don't know, 20-second, 30-second, or a minute, and put it on as short. I should do that. I gotta pull up my socks and do that thing. Absolutely. I thought of it often, but somehow you fall into this trap of that. I've got such a beautiful content, so much research, so much energy, and so much presence. Then they should find me. If they need it, they'll find me. But I forget that YouTube is like a sea of, I don't know, millions and millions of channels. Unless they hit on one of my titles, I may not ever be seen by them. And Princeton says, I think this is mostly a marketing approach that needs modifying. But another reason could be that most people nowadays want quick band-aid solution instead of the mind that seeks truth. Yes, you're right. You're absolutely right. And Kokigo says, Princeton, that could be easily fixed if Mehran gets someone to make short out of his long streams. Out of just one stream, you could get at least 5 good shorts that could do really well. Yes, you're right. But out of out of live streams, I turn many individual videos, but some of them are 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 3 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, depending on what the question was. I turn every question and answer into one video and put it there. and I put it on the same channel. I don't tag it as short or anything. I guess YouTube finds it itself to be short because of the minute. But most of them are now shorter than longer. But some of them, I give full answer to a question. So some of them are like 20 minutes, 16 minutes. It's like a consultation. It's like an appointment for that particular person who asked a question on live. And says, out of just one simulation, and that would do really well on IGTT. Okay. Gokil says, if you want to grow on YouTube, you need YouTube Shorts. Trust me on this, please. Okay. I know I'm a random, no, but I'm pretty sure your channel would grow so much with YouTube Shorts. You're right. And I agree to that. And I have been aware of it. And I've been meaning to do it. Actually, it's not difficult. I've just been lazy, I have to say. And I've been kind of frustrated that others didn't have to do any short. There was no short available there. They just did their videos and 800,000 subscribers, I see. And I look at their channel. I don't mean to be facetious, but it's crap. They don't give any solutions. It's all bullshit. Garbage. No solution. No philosophical and no scientific and no intelligent way of actually knowing their psyche. They just say shit and people just want to hear somebody says, there, you'll be fine. Come and give me $1,000 and I'll send you some. Anyway, forget it. I'm just trying to help people as much as I can and want to bank on the number of subscribers so it wouldn't cost anybody anything. They don't have to make an appointment with me. I've put everything on the videos, 3,000. You can find your answers that you don't have to talk to me. But if you still wanted to be a one-on-one, yeah, I've got the site. You can go make an appointment. However, my whole plan is to make this popular enough for people to have it like a self-service. They find their answer. And then channel benefits from the number of subscribers. That we're not happening. That's not happening. But Kokigo, you're right. Joe Crow says, today is my first day of returning to working on the college campus after the pandemic. I never fully broke up with the past memory of being there. Joe, remind us of age and which city you're tuning in from. Kokigo says there's a couple of channels similar to yours that grew to 1 million in a little less than 2 years. Yeah, there you go. And they literally said YouTube Shorts are the key. I see. But why is it that people can't find mine, which has tremendous number of videos that solves it? I mean, they must have a question. Pretty much any question you put, there's a title that matches that question among the 3,000 videos that I have. Why wouldn't YouTube suggest that when the question is matching my titles? Or at least it should, because I've got so many titles. Kokio says similar channels to yours, but the quality of their message are not even close to yours. Thank you. I was waiting for that. Okay, enough bitching on my part. Let's see if you guys can be of any help any further before I go. Joe says, I'm 52 from Bronx, New York. Oh, okay, Joe. It's first time you're joining us. I don't remember this screen name. And thank you for joining us. And hope your first day at the college was good. Are you an instructor or you are in different departments? And either way, I'm glad you're back at work. And how come you couldn't work? The college was closed or they wouldn't let you work because you chose not to vaccinate, as I have. I chose not to vaccinate. But then for a while, I couldn't even go to restaurant or gyms or anything. But it just, now we know it's all was more than what it was all cracked up to be. The vaccine never helped anyone pretty much. It was just a hoax. They now know not even it didn't stop the spread. It can't even help preventing anything. It was just there for them to sell their whatever it is that they wanted to sell and use it to control us totally, change the whole system, all excuse and pulling the wool over our eyes. Now data is out, scientific data is out and shows that they hadn't even tested. European Union actually put one of the drug companies in stand, says, did you ever test this thing to show that it actually stops the spread or prevents from getting this? I said, no, we didn't. We just put it out. Great. Did you inform people with this side effects? No, we just said it's very safe. And it wasn't. So the whole thing is just damn. Anyhow, you say too much, you're going to close the channel here. So go on my TikTok. Cookie says, hi, Joe, welcome. Okay, great. All right, guys. If it's been 1 hour and 1 minute, Otto is here. Says, I agree, Mehran. I even split up families. Yeah, they did. They did. I couldn't convince my brother and mom, and they got vaccinated. But I did try with all the facts and knowledge and independent scientists' reports and all that. Now, 3 years later, many people are coming to see that all that many independent scientists were saying at the beginning, including Dr. Brian Malroy, one of the inventors of mRNA, and the former CEO of Pfizer, they're all now saying all the things that they were saying from the beginning, and it's now clear. Data from different countries supports everything they've been saying. Anyhow, don't get me going on that. Don't forget, check the TikTok. You know what? I should put small shorts on TikTok channel because I get lots of views there. And perhaps that can be a good introduction to the channel here. So guys, it looks like we don't have any more question here, and I think we're exhausted. And thank you for listening to all the complaints that I had tonight. And if there's no question, there are no more questions. It's time for me to say, I love you all, and thank you very much for being here, giving me the opportunity to share a thing or two with you. I look forward to our next live stream, which will be, if nothing sooner, Saturday, Vancouver time, 1 p.m. Vancouver time. Did I say Vancouver time? Vancouver time. Unless I just happen to do one earlier than that. But anyhow, we'll try to keep the Saturday on, 1 p.m. Vancouver time. In the meantime, be good to yourself, to the others. I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now. Subscribe on my channel, visit my channel, and go through the videos that you might be interested in. Mind@seekstruth.com is making it one step away to talk to me one-on-one on Skype and discuss what's concerning you. I'll talk to you soon. Well, we too, like the iceberg, have 1,000 times bigger powers that is not visible, and we must. Why? Is it something we're rambling on and I expect you to accept it? Or is there actually another power within us? Would you come and help me out? Okay. What I want you to do is put your hands underneath my arms and just lift me up. There we go. Okay, now, that's my physical part, right? Same thing. Again, with that. Just want to see if there's any difference. Go ahead. Now, go ahead. Now, this, go ahead, when you're ready.
Go ahead.
So you see, this is different than what he was doing, and I'm not really doing anything. You convinced?
Yeah.
So are you guys convinced that there is something other than, thank you. Thank you very much.